Good morning, sonographers. Actually, it's good afternoon. It's just gone 12, and we are going out shooting. We're going out shooting for a day with a Leica 2, a 1932 Leica 2. We're going into the unknown, a little bit like Neil and Buzz in Apollo 11. So we're currently in the suburbs. Above us are the blue suburban skies. There they are, above our heads. And by the magic of the cathode ray tube, or more correctly the digital sensor, here we are on the station. And we're going to wait for the train. This is a station I know only too well. It's where I come to work every day until I win the lottery, and after that I will need the station no more. And here we are on the station. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are in London. And I'm currently sitting on some steps out in Paternoster Square, and I'm just wondering how to exactly go about this street photography malarkey. I think the best thing I can do is find an insignificant spot to sit and just see who comes by and photograph the most interesting people, because that's really what I want to do, is photograph people. That is what street photography is about. So this is the camera we're using. It's a 1932 Leica 2, and it's a lovely little thing. It's very small, it's very compact. This was originally a black-bodied model, but as you can see, over the years the black paint has worn off and it's got some battle scars. Why would anyone choose to use this camera for street photography, or indeed for any photography? Well, if you're watching this, you probably know. It's really simple. It's a box, it's got 5 shutter speeds, it's got a lens with apertures from f3.5 to f16. It's actually an Industar lens that I'm using, so I'm cheating a little bit, but I found the Russian lenses work fine on these cameras. As you can see, this one does have 1 or 2 battle scars, but it's simple, it's small, and it's lovely, and I like film, so that's why I'm using it. So I found my inconspicuous little spot, and what I'm going to do is just sit here and wait for some interesting people to come by. I've got the Leica set to f16. I'm using 1/200th of a second shutter speed. I'm going entirely Sunny 16, so let's see what we get. So there we are, we fired off a few shots. Nobody's objected, nobody's tried to steal my camera, nobody's tried to punch me, fortunately, because I'm not very good at punching people. However, the people here that I've encountered in this little spot, I don't know, people walking by, maybe they're not the most interesting kind of shots. I'm going to try different locations. Right, so we're in another location just a little bit further away. Here we are outside St Paul's Cathedral, and let's see what we can see here. Let's hope we find some interesting people to photograph. I think some of these people ought to try and work a bit harder to be more interesting. It's a little bit poor in my view. There we are. We will see what happens. So, well, that was quite interesting. Sat on the steps of St Paul's for a while, and I think we got some nice shots. This can be quite an intimidating experience, so you do need to have a little courage, as I say. I've used a couple of different techniques. One is to just sit in a quiet spot and wait for the people to pass by. And the other technique I've used is to actually ask interesting looking people, do you mind if I photograph you please? And so far I've had a 58. So far I've had a 50% success rate with that. There were a couple of people weren't too pleased at all and said no, and a couple of other people seemed very pleased and let me photograph them, and I ended up with what I think will be a couple of nice shots. So things are going okay so far. So I'm just taking a walk now down to the river. Okay, well, the journey goes well, kind of. We've reached some water, and there it is. Right, we're about to cross banks. I've discovered a piece of technology, and here it is. It's called a bridge. I'm now going to cross it. Okay, so we've seen some streets, we've walked along some streets, we've done some photography on some streets. That to me counts as street photography. So the Leica's been a pleasure to use. It's a beautiful little camera. We've yet to see what the results will be like, but I'll get them developed and we'll whack them together into a video, which in fact you're probably watching now. So thank you for watching my efforts in street photography. Okay, see you soon for more xenography. Be seeing you.